Hey guys, this is Evan from EzOrigami, and today I'll be teaching you how to fold an Origami Canopus Star designed by Lidiane Siqueira. This is a very simple modular design, and it looks great when it's completed. This model requires 4 square sheets of paper. Each unit is folded from a 1x2 rectangle, so you'll need to cut each of your 4 squares in half for a total of 8 evenly sized rectangles. And I recommend starting with 3-inch squares. This will result in a model about 4.5 inches wide. And I'm going to be using larger paper with color on one side and white on the other just to make it a bit easier to follow along. And once you've prepared your paper, then we're going to start with our first rectangle with the colored side up. And then we're going to fold in half horizontally. So take this bottom edge and fold it up to the top edge. Align the corners and the edges, then make your crease. And then we're going to take the top right corner and fold it down to the bottom left corner. So we just want to lift up the very top layer of paper, and we're going to pull it over to the left until both of those corners are aligned. Then you can make your crease all the way across. And then we're going to fold up this bottom edge and align it with the diagonal edge that we just created. So what you want to do is lift up this top layer of paper at the bottom, and we want to start at the bottom right corner and work our way up until the entire white edge is aligned with that diagonal edge. Just like this. And then you can make your crease all the way across. And to make the assembly a little bit easier, I like to make a similar pre-crease at the top. So what we want to do is lift up this colored layer of paper from the top, and we want to start at the top left corner and work our way down until the entire white edge is aligned with that diagonal edge. So it's just like we did before, except this time it's in the opposite direction. And once everything is aligned, then you can make your crease all the way across. Then you can unfold. And once you have this, then this is one completed unit. Now you must fold 7 more. Once you've folded all 8 units, you're going to need 2 to start the assembly. Then, look at one, and you'll notice that it has a colored flap like this on the right side, and it also has a pocket underneath this white layer here on the left side. So once again, we're going to take our second unit, and what we want to do is insert the first unit's flap inside of the second unit's pocket. So we're going to do that by lifting up both units, and we want to bring them together like this, again making sure that the first unit's flap goes inside of that pocket. Then we can put both units down, and you want to make sure that the white flaps match up and come to a point at the bottom of the model here. And once you have this, then you'll notice this pre-crease on the first unit that I mentioned before. And what we want to do is grab this white flap here, basically where both units meet, and we're going to fold this flap over to the left along that existing pre-crease. So we're just going to fold it over like this. You want to make sure the top collapses along that pre-crease, and then you can extend that crease through this colored flap here. So just make your crease all the way across, and now you've connected the first 2 units. Then we're going to slightly rotate the model, and we're going to add a third unit the same way. So what we want to do is again insert the second unit's flap inside of the third unit's pocket, just like we did before. So we're going to carefully lift up all 3 units, and then we want to bring the second and third units together, again making sure that their white flaps come to a common point at the bottom of the model. Just like this, and you may have to adjust the units to make sure they're all completely aligned. And once you have that, then you'll notice this existing pre-crease on the second unit here. And again, we basically want to grab this white flap here, right where the second and third units come together, and we're going to fold it over to the left along that pre-crease. So we're just going to fold it over like this. Again, this white part should fall into place, but then you want to extend the crease through this colored flap here. So just fold all the way across. And now we've connected 3 units. But before you add the 4th one, what you want to do is take this flap from the 3rd unit, and you want to tuck it underneath the layer below. So just lift up the layer underneath, tuck the 3rd unit's flap inside, and then you can put it back down. Then we're going to slightly rotate the model, and we're going to add our 4th unit the same way. So once again, we want to insert the 3rd unit's flap inside of the 4th unit's pocket, just like we've been doing. So we're going to carefully lift up all 4 units, and then we want to bring the 3rd and 4th units together, just like this. And you can put the units down, and you may have to slightly adjust them so that their white flaps come to a point at the center of the model. Then again, you'll notice this pre-crease here on the 3rd unit, and then we want to grab this white flap here where the 3rd and 4th units overlap, and we're just going to fold it over to the left along that pre-crease. So we're just going to fold it over like this. Again, the top of the pre-crease will already be in place, and we just want to extend that crease all the way through that colored flap there. And you'll see that the 4th unit's flap is now on top, but we actually want to tuck it underneath the layer below. So we're just going to lift up the layer from underneath, put the 4th unit's flap inside, and then we can fold that back down. And once you've done that, then you've connected 4 units. And now we're going to add the remaining 4 units the same way. So just continue adding units just like we've been doing until you've reached the last one. And once you've connected the last unit, then we're going to slide the last unit's flap underneath this pocket here on the first unit. So we need to lift up some layers on the first unit just to get that last unit's flap inside. Then we can fold the first unit's flap back down. And again, you'll notice this pre-crease here on the last unit. So what we want to do is grab this white flap here, right where the first and last units overlap, and we're going to fold it over to the left along that existing pre-crease. Just like this. The crease should already exist at the top, then we just want to extend it further on this colored flap. And then we want to tuck the first unit's colored flap underneath the layer below, just like we did before. And you'll see we also need to do it with the second unit's flap here, so we're just going to tuck it underneath the layer below, then fold the first unit back down. And once you have this, then we're going to turn the model over. And then you'll notice these little corners of paper extending from where any two units meet. So we're going to start with this top one, and we basically just want to mount and fold this little corner behind. So we're just going to fold it back like this. And there's no exact reference point for this, it's just basically to lock the two layers together. So once you've mounted and folded that small flap behind, then you're going to rotate the model and do the same exact thing on the next units. So we're just going to lift up that small corner, mount and fold it behind. Again, there's no exact reference point, you just want to lock those two layers together. And then you just want to repeat this process on the other 6 units. And once you've done that on all 8 sides, then you can turn the model over, and your Origami Canopus Star is complete. I hope you've enjoyed this video tutorial on how to fold an Origami Canopus Star designed by Lidiane Siqueira. Feel free to upload photos of your completed star to the YouTube gallery on my website to be featured here in my next video, or simply upload your photos to Instagram with the hashtag EzOrigami to be featured here as well. Also, be sure to check out Lidiane's Instagram and Flickr photo stream for more of her impressive work. I'll post the links in the video description below. And if you like this video, definitely check out some of the other simple origami tutorials featured on my YouTube channel as well. Again, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please comment, rate, subscribe, and thank you for watching.